Hi loves, I'm Amanda Gargiulo, and welcome to Simply Nourish, the show where I'm offering you whole foods focused recipes and meals to show you how simple and fun it is to welcome whole foods living into your everyday life. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'm really excited to welcome my nephew in as my co-host. So come on, Miles. Miles is our family's little baker, and I'm so excited that he's here to help us make banana bread. So Miles reminded me recently that since the quarantine, everybody got really into making banana bread because it's simple and basically it's really fun. So he wanted to take the traditional banana bread recipe and make it whole foods friendly. So you ready? Do you want to say hi to everybody first?
Hi.
So let's get started with a little twist on the traditional banana bread, okay? So we're gonna start with 2 eggs. We're gonna use the sink as our little garbage can. At this point, Miles, we should probably preheat the oven to 350. So you guys know, Miles calls me Titi, so I'm Titi Manzi. And then you have a Tio Chris, right? Oh, look at that, guys. Here comes the paper towel. The oven, 350, start. Perfect. This recipe traditionally calls for a half a cup of canola oil. So what we're doing instead is we're gonna be using a half a cup of applesauce. It's an equivalent way to swap out the butter or the fat shortening, which we don't want to use. Go ahead. So we're just gonna scrape that out. You wanna scrape it? Go for it. Excellent. Great job. Perfect. The traditional recipe calls for 2/3 of a cup of sugar. So because we're doing something that's whole foods, and I don't like the idea of using a white sugar, I like to swap in date paste in place of a traditional white sugar because it has a lower glycemic index and it doesn't spike your blood sugar the way that a white sugar would. You're gonna take 1 cup of dates and 1/4 cup of water, and you're gonna put it into a food processor. Do you wanna spill the water in? So as you guys can see, the more we pulse it, the more it's gonna start to turn into a paste. We just need a little bit more. This is a fun little gadget, but it's hard to get on. There it goes. With me, guys, cooking is always an adventure, even baking. Okay, so if you take a peek inside now, you're gonna see that it's starting to turn into a little bit more of a liquid consistency. So we're just gonna scrape that down. And we're gonna do one more pass. How you doing over there, Miles? Good? Good. All set, we're gonna pop the blade out now. So because I don't like banana bread to be that sweet, a lot of the sweetness does come from the ripe bananas. I don't use a 1-to-1 portion for the date paste. I go a little bit less. We're gonna do about a half cup. So we have our little measuring cup right there. What do you think? How good does that look? So go ahead, add that right into there. Miles, I think I'm out of a job really soon. I think you're gonna take over. We might as well just scrape out the rest. Okay, you wanna throw that in the sink for Titi? Now we're gonna do a cup of very ripe bananas mashed. So a great way to ripen bananas if the bananas that you have in your house are not ready to go and you really wanna make your banana bread, you don't even have to peel the bananas. Set your oven to 300 degrees and take the unpeeled bananas and place them on a cookie sheet and throw them right in the oven. And they stay in for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the settings on your oven. These look pretty ready to go, what do you think? Yeah, so we have to add in a cup of bananas, mashed. Oh, I wanna eat this right now, do you wanna pee? So Miles told me earlier that he doesn't like bananas on their own, but he loves them when they're inside of banana bread. So if you wanna put that in there, because we're gonna mash them up, okay? You're just measuring out a cup. And it's usually about 2 to 3 bananas you're looking at when making the recipe. So we gotta grab a fork, start mashing.
This looks like banana bread.
It looks like banana bread already?
No, it looks like banana sauce.
That's good. So I don't like to mash them all the way down. I like to leave a few chunks in there for some texture, so that sometimes when you bite into it, you get a little piece of the banana in the bread. How good is that? So yummy. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna measure out the bananas. Because when you mash down bananas, sometimes it's more bananas, less volume, right? So we wanna just double check. Miles is the best little assistant. If you're somebody who likes a lot of banana though, feel free, you can add in a little bit more. A half a teaspoon of baking soda and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, so now we're just gonna mix that up just to get it all combined. Go ahead. The reason why this recipe has lasted in my family for as long as it has is because it's so simple. My mother is the one that taught me to bake, and ever since then, anytime we can get a recipe that's a 1 bowl recipe, it's a go-to for our family. We'll always go back to it. Whoa, you did a great job. So now let's add in 1 3/4 cups of flour. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo.
Can you hold it?
You want me to hold this? I'll hold the bowl. Okay, go ahead. That's the thing as well about this recipe, and another reason why my mother loves it so much is because you don't even need to use a mixer. So you don't have to dirty any other dishes except for the 1 bowl that you're using. It's great, right, Miles?
What is the thing you put in the oven?
Oh, the thing that we put in the oven. He's ready to go, guys. I'm moving too slow for him. Oh, it smells so good.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah? Miles likes his banana bread plain with nothing in it, but my mother loves to add walnuts or chocolate chips. So there's tons of options. You can also add carob chips. You could add semi-sweet, bittersweet, dark chocolate. Definitely feel free to experiment and to play with this recipe. It's very easy to customize it to your own tastes. We're gonna take a bread pan that's already been sprayed with oil. Right inside. How good does that look? You wanna scrape it? Yeah. Good. This baking is serious business. And sometimes a little bit messy, but that's what makes it even more fun. So if you want to make it extra fancy, feel free to add whole nuts on top as long as you don't have a nut allergy. And then if you want, you can take a few slices of banana and just lay them right on top so that when it comes out, it looks a little bit more delicious. All right, I think we're good. You ready to place it in the oven?
But the oven's hot.
The oven is definitely hot. So just place it into the oven on 350 degrees. You want me to throw it in because it is a little bit hot. And you're gonna cook it from anywhere to 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the power of your oven. There it goes, right in the center rack so that it cooks nice and even. Great job, little man. The banana bread is cooled. So you ready to go get Gam Gam? Let's go. Come on, Gam Gam.
Over here! Woo-hoo!
Which piece do you like? Do you like the end or do you like towards the middle?
And it's good.
Go for a nice piece.
Smells delicious.
It does smell delicious. Oh, and look at that. You can see the pieces of the bananas in there because we left a little bit of texture. Remember that, Miles? Yum-y. Gam Gam, do you want your own plate or you want to just take it right from there?
You can just take it right from there.
Okay.
Miles, you want to share a piece with me? No? Okay, here we go.
So you guys can see too that the gluten-free flour didn't really seem to affect the texture of the bread.
Really good. It's not very, very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's more to like a savory side. Delicious. Okay. Really good.
Thank you, Gam Gam. Thank you guys for joining myself and our newest co-host, Miles. And we hope that you found that another wonderful way to nourish your soul. Thank you for joining my family. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.